since then. Had a season-high 34 over the weekend against Portland. Booker works his way across the lane. And it's Layman fighting with a rebound from Mikal Bridges. Part of that 43-point scoring outburst.
When you say outburst, that's what these uniforms Minnesota's wearing makes me think of Starburst.
Don't you have your little gummies over there?
I got all kind of little, goodies over here, but I didn't bring any Starburst.
Protecting the paint. You had Minnesota, which scored a season-high 64 in the loss to the Lakers. As Bridges streaking down the lane, drops it off to Booker, who rises up and slams it down. Booker takes the handoff, finds himself double-teamed, and it will be Minnesota basketball.
Yeah, K-Ray, DeAndre on that play, he has a right to at least stick it out somewhat, and you cannot run past him in his area where he jumped and make contact.
It gets frustrating as a Suns fan and player when you're called with that foul, but that's a foul that the officials will call. Misses the bunny. Suns looking to push. Here comes Book. Barrels to the basket. Inside. Looked like he drew some contact from Edwards, but
I guess he wanted to send a message. I want to be in the dunk contest.
Book was able to work his way inside for the easy two. And defense, as you noted, remains a problem as Paul tried to save it, but it goes into the hands of Rubio. Payne with the pass. Kick it out. Book sets. High arching three. Got it.
There's another example of what I mean.
At just over 11 per game. Book on the drive. How about that finish? Should have been an and one as he looks at the baseline official. Shot 52% from the field, 6 rebounds. As the T-Wolves up the free throws with their biggest lead. Saric with a contested 3 over Katz. Gives it up to Payne. Quick catch, fire from Book. Cash it in. Yeah, the Suns have, the last 6 games now, average about 15 turnovers per game after staking at around 9 turnovers per game the previous 7. So, or Hernan Gomez, rather, came in too hot.
I was waiting on the next guy. That looked like the gorilla in the 4th quarter with his group throwing it off the backboard.
Rubio with the steal, and Edwards finally.
Tom Leander needs to do better in the pregame. Just obliterated that.
DA answers with one of his own on the pretty feed from Booker, ties it up at 45. And then Gomez in his 4th year, 25-year-old Spaniard. Former 15th pick overall by Denver. Book muscles his way inside, gets the finish. Towns trying to turn the corner. DA seals it off.
Yeah, trying to draw that foul, not getting it.
Book head down, barrels to the basket, gets the finish and the foul. You've really seen his body begin to develop now over the last season. Here is Cat. He and Edwards did most of the damage. 41 of the team's 53 points. They just have not been able to get help from anybody else in a Timberwolves uniform. Booker rising up from deep, collects another triple. He's got 24 on the night.
He was a little angry at the backboard on that.
He had 22 field goal attempts, says Book, haunting another 3. He had 22 field goal attempts in the loss Tuesday night to the Lakers. He already has 19.
I understand.
It might be greener than those uniforms.
Yeah.
Suns get the rebound on the run out. Book off the lob from Mikal, and Book brings the boom. Here's Rubio, his return to the Valley, just 4 points as the Suns turn him over. Book on the run out again.
And it's amazing, but it can be done. Chris Paul had 50 the other night and only took 20 shots. So, I mean, that's the kind of efficiency that we're seeing right now. As you get to the playoffs, I mean, it's going to be situations where you got to stay in the game, and you just got to learn how to deal with it.
Don't allow Mikal to set his feet.
Suns brought the offense out of the locker room. Well, and they're doing it with their entire team.
Burke just working his way inside like a layup.
2 years ago, he'd have been like out of control in a sense to say, I'm going to devastate you.
Chris Paul with another steal. Up ahead, Book on the finish. He's got 32. Especially those teams who have the playoff experience, how they do begin ramping up the intensity. You look at Miami as Book hits a tough floater right of the lane. Minnesota cutting back into that lead. Suns led by as many as 15, their biggest of the night. Step back three on the way.
Did he shoot an air ball?
And Monty Williams wants to know, how's that not over the back? Book trailing the play, gets the block. Chris Paul is up off the bench. You got three officials on the floor. Book takes a handoff, finds Nader in the corner. Knock it down the triple.
43 shots between them right now. And the most anyone else has on this team is 4 attempts.
Step back three.
Sorry, 5 attempts.
Right.
Hernan Goldenberg is 1 for 5, so I guess they're justified. So look, man, you all 1 for 5, so no reason to give it to you.
They did paper, rock, scissors to see who was going to get the next most attempts. Book navigating, leaning inside. And we'll get a loose ball foul called down inside with the Suns leading by 9. They did paper, rock, scissors to see who was going to get the next most attempts. Book navigating, leaning inside. And we'll get a loose ball foul called down inside with the Suns leading by 9. But he's got his hands full here with this guy.
Yeah, they're going to go at him for sure.
Towns on a tough turnaround. And the Suns will happily force Cat into those kind of looks.
Can you imagine your kid playing against him in high school?
No.
I always wondered that. I tell my kids, no, you can't play with that.
First 4 games coming out of the All-Star break. Book behind the stripe, thought about the three. Okogie inside, drops it off to DA, hammers it home. Letting Okogie handshake Book, step back 3 on the way. No, rebound Edwards.
They're going to go to these two guys every time down the floor, and that's what I worried about.
Edwards inside. He's met by Booker.
Yeah, he was going to dribble the ball to the locker room. And so now Chris Finch wants the fact that a guy is going one-on-one full court, going 100 miles an hour to the rim, is not trying to score. Okay, all right.
Booker has it. He's drawing a lot of defensive attention, turns it over. Suns nearly get it back. Rubio's got it, but Bridges hustling back, comes up with his own steal. All of a sudden, that Minnesota bench, which we were talking about, was quiet. And they now have 30. One and two, Suns with the rebound, get the timeout.
What you have to do here is not just think 3. You just get a quick shot if you can. If the 3's there like this one, go ahead.
Behind the arc, can't get it. On the rebound, follow, up and in for Crowder. Hernan Gomez getting inside, was able to sneak behind the Suns defense. Slams it down, draws the foul.